Welcome to the 5 Minute Habits for Moms podcast. I am your host, Tanya Werfs, and today I will be sharing with you one of my favorite ways to create peace in my home, and it's called the I'd Be Happy To Challenge. You are in store for a treat. Did you know you can live a simple, organized, joyful life partnered with God, even in a busy and chaotic world? If you are willing to slow down with me, I will show you how small and simple steps can help you create an amazing life you love living in through the power of 5 minute habits. If you want to stay in touch throughout the week, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 5 minute habits for moms. Let's get started. Do you ever find yourself frustrated and losing your peace because your children aren't doing what you asked them to do? I'm pretty sure everybody can raise their hand that that's happened at some point, right? This used to be a huge problem in our house. I would ask kids to go put clothes away or put their dishes away or do their chores or whatever, and they'd be like, I don't want to, and just have all of these issues. Last spring, I heard about this I'd Be Happy To challenge, and it has been a game changer for our family. It really helps me to keep my peace, and it brings peace and joy into our home. So I'm going to tell you all about it, and then I will put a link in the show notes for you to get this challenge. It's all free, and all you have to do is print out a few things and get a few things put together, and you will be good to go. The goal of the challenge is that when you ask your kids or even grandkids, this would totally work with grandkids, to do something, that instead of being like, I don't want to, or whatever, that they say, I'd be happy to, with a smile, and they go and do the thing. Okay, so that is the goal. And here's how it works. The first thing you're going to do is cut out these cute little I'd Be Happy To tokens. And like I said, I'm going to post a link, and there will be even more instructions in the link so you can listen to the instructions again. But I'm just going to give you a brief overview. So you're going to print out these cute little I'd Be Happy To tokens, preferably in color if you can. If not, totally fine. And you're going to cut those out. And then you're going to create a container with either treats or items that you think your kids would want to earn tokens for. For us, it looked like fruit snacks, like those little bags of Teddy Grahams, gum, little things like that. Make this your own and come up with ideas. You can even ask your kids, what treats and things would you like? And you can let them kind of see you putting this together, and they'll be like, what are you doing, mom? And you're like, I just have a surprise. And then you can show them when the time is right what you're doing and introduce all of this to them. And I would really recommend, if you decide this is something you want to implement in your home, that you watch all the videos that come in the challenge, because she has some really great ideas that I am probably forgetting right now. And the other thing that you can do besides treats or little things from the dollar store is you can make a list, and you'll also get a printout of a list that you can just write on it, like these different privileges that the kids can earn. And then you decide how many tokens that it will cost them for these different privileges. I'm just going to share some of the ones that have been more popular. An extra 30 minutes of screen time. That is one that my kids have really enjoyed. A special date with mom that costs money. Buying lunch or breakfast at school. The ones that cost money take more tokens. No chores for a day. That's a popular one. When they want to use that one, I always warn them, sometimes I might be able to let you do it that day, but other times I might need you to wait until the next day. The next thing that you're going to do is get a small container, and you can find something that you probably already have at home, and just write each person's name on it, and that's going to hold their I'd Be Happy To tokens. And then you're just going to start the challenge. I sit down and meet with the kids first and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And preferably, like, if you can do that with your spouse, if you're married, like, sit down together and say, hey, this is this new fun thing that we're doing. Really hype it up and make it fun. And in the beginning, I would give them some reminders, but I'm looking for them to say, I'd be happy to, and smile. And when they do that, then I give them a token. Sometimes I'll ask them to put their own token in. And It's just so cute to see them be like, I'd be happy to. In the beginning, it's going really strong and everything's going really well. And then we would have some times of, I would not be happy to, right? And so it's back and forth. I'm not telling you this is going to make your life perfect, because it's not, but it really can add a level of peace and joy into your home. And we've been doing this for several months now, and we go through phases. Like sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. I'll notice like sometimes the mood can shift. Sometimes, my youngest will be like not wanting to do it, and then throughout the evening, I'll hear something shift inside of her and I'll ask her to do something and she's like, oh, I'd be happy to, right? And so you can't force it. It has to be something that comes naturally with them, that they want to do. But once you kind of get going, it's super fun, and it has really made a difference in our home. It's really helped me be more aware of how I respond to my kids. So I try also to say I'd be happy to, and that has made a really big difference. It's really helped my relationship with them. Even though they're not always saying I'd be happy to, their response has gotten a lot better. It's not usually just flat out refusal to do things, right? And it's added this layer of peace. And so when I ask them to do something, they're more compliant, even if they don't always say I'd be happy to, which is really nice. I know this takes a little bit of prep time, but you can split it up into 5-minute chunks if that makes it easier. Like print the things out and then later you cut the pieces out and just add some items to your grocery list. Like take a week to get set up. That's totally fine. Whatever makes it easier on you so that you can do it if this is something that you want to do. This is something that we love in our home, and I hope that it brings peace and joy into your home as well. And I would love to hear about it. Please reach out, send me a message, and let me know if you started the I'd Be Happy To challenge. And I will leave the link in the show notes. And I hope that you love this as much as we do. Thank you for listening, and I hope you are inspired to start your own 5-minute habit soon. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'll see you next time.